The Divine Bitch Podcast. Wake up, be aware, and live your life fully. Welcome to a new episode of the Divine Bitch Podcast. Join us when we journey into awareness, explore what it truly means to wake up, expand your consciousness, and live your life with presence.
A whisper ignored will become a scream. The body knows somatic signals as a guide. Anja, we've been covering waking up. Now we're going to dive deeper into somatic signals and the body knowing. It's not something the body does, it just knows. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about somatic signals?
It's interesting because when you were expressing the title of the podcast, I was feeling what was happening in my body, and I did notice a strong reaction still. Mm-hmm. My heart skipped a beat for sure. And my stomach is now reacting to what I'm saying. So that's interesting. I think that's because I ignored my signals for a long time. And my body remembers that. My body remembers that I, at some point in my life, allowed my body to scream and only reacted when it was screaming. There's a lot of people that I see in my practice today that don't realize the state they are in. I sometimes hurt to see some of my clients. And they have gotten so used to breathing in a very superficial way. They have gotten so used to huge amounts of tensions in their body that I actually feel sorry for them. And I wish them to be better, but they often don't realize it themselves. Because these small tensions, they build up. And you get used to things that build up. Unfortunately, what happens when those signals are ignored, you get real big health issues. And it's often then that people come and see me. Mm-hmm. What I do notice is that these signals are, over time, getting more intense. I see an incremental state of tension ever since I started practicing as a therapist. But also that society is ignoring them more than before. So it is therefore more important for us to become aware, obviously, which is the reason why we're doing the podcast, amongst others. Because if you wait until these small signals are screaming, then the way to recovery takes longer. And if you learn on a young age that small tensions or twitches of the body mean something, then I think the body doesn't have to scream that loud anymore. And I'm an advocate for the body as well. Mm-hmm. And how you do that, again, is observing. I mean, make sure that you take 2 minutes 4 times a day to listen to what your body is saying, because every signal means something. Mm. But that's not something that is embedded in our culture, I would say. It's not part of our DNA anymore in Western Europe, I believe.
And maybe there's another part that's, I don't want to say it's part of our DNA, but it's actually being used to overrule that intuition. Because for me, listening or feeling and observing your body is your intuition. Mm-hmm. And my own experience was that when I shared about what I felt, that very often there was given another explanation.
Okay.
Or maybe, no, you're wrong. Mm-hmm. That's not true. Or it's not going to happen. It didn't happen. Yeah. It's not what I feel. Mm. And as a young child, I learned to, instead of speak my truth all the time, adapt. Okay, what does my mother want me to tell to her?
Confusion.
Yeah, of course. And that confusion, I've been carrying it a long time in my life. And actually, it's in the recent period that I'm becoming aware of that part also, that me always, it's amazing that I am that flexible, that I can adapt to any situation. I'm very grateful for that flexibility. But on the other way around, I don't have to be flexible all the time.
No.
It's my free will to choose, okay, now I'm expressing my truth. I'm being the bastard without a problem. I learn to really embody that part of me being the bastard.
Yeah.
I don't always have to be the nice guy.
No, for sure.
I know I can be, but I don't have to be.
Yeah, and what happens if you're not the nice guy? What happens if you are the bastard? Can you really stand in that? Can you accept that people will not like you, for instance? What I also learned a lot is that my bitch was telling a lot of stories about my body. So it was really strange because I always, as a child, being in hospital, being sick, I thought I had a weak body. And I learned by doing a vision quest. A vision quest is where you actually, you walk into a forest, you stay there for 4 days on your own, you don't eat, you just drink a little bit of water, and you just observe. That's basically what a vision quest is, roughly speaking. I realized there and then that I have an extremely strong body because my body didn't need food. My body was not asking for water. I fell into a big river the first time that I did a vision quest, and I realized that I didn't need clothes to be warm again. And when I came down from the mountain, I was looking at all the others who felt weakened, who felt sick, and who were a little bit struggling with it. And I felt stronger than ever. I felt, an energy that was so strong that I felt alive and healthy. So my ego had told me for many, many years, don't expect too much from your body. It was not true. It was just a limiting belief that my mental body had made about my physical body. So that was quite a big breakthrough moment at the time for me. And I said, okay, if my body is so strong, then why did I get sick? And then I realized that, sickness is in fact health. Because when I could feel the pain in my body, it was the start of the healing. The moment I realized it was there, I could do something with it. My body had just been really good at giving me signals. And luckily, it had given me all those signals because I had to listen. I could not ignore them anymore. So yeah, it's a fascinating thing that you say that, let the body scream sometimes because it helps you to pick up the smaller signals as well.
And as we started the session, this podcast is, the whispers are silent. The signals are silent. And when the more and more you start to observe yourself, you acknowledge those whispers.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Also, why does it scream? Actually, like you said, the only thing your body wants is to be acknowledged.
Yeah, exactly.
No explanation. There's no need to get fixed or treated or whatever. It just wants to be acknowledged.
Yeah. I remembered when I was studying as a dance and movement therapist, there was a lot of people in my group at the time. We were living together almost 5 days in a row. And I would have judgment towards people who would say, oh, my finger hurts, or my ankle is a bit strained. And every time I was thinking, get over it. It's just a finger. Why would you be talking about a finger for an hour? And then I realized that's probably why I ignored my signals in the first place, because I was taught as a child to ignore my own feelings. I didn't realize it. I had no memory of it. But I felt like, people talking about their bodily signals were a little bit weak. So, of course, my ego, who was saying that my own body was weak, was calling other people weak as well, if they would talk about the feelings. So those people were showing me what I had to change in myself. Those people were telling me, all right, you have a lot of judgment here. I was not expressing it, but I could feel it. I could hear it in my head. Do something with it. And because of it, I learned to appreciate the smaller signals as well. I don't have to talk about it necessarily. That's I sometimes do it, I sometimes don't. but I feel a lot more. And now the other day, my mom was saying something about, a pain in her fingers. And it really made me smile, because now I could accept it. Whereas I would have said, a couple of years ago, I would have said, oh, she's talking about the finger again. I don't know why the finger was triggering.
You do know.
Yeah.
Of course you know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So, why do we ignore our own feelings? Because we're often told to be strong, to not cry, to get over it. Or what happens a lot as well is, oh, yeah, my own back is hurting as well. People talk about their own pain. And so you have to forget yours quickly to focus on them. So that's how we are taught to ignore everything.
The last sentence hit me.
All right, tell me. I like it when sentences hit you.
Suppressing your feelings because other people respond when you open up. And I educated myself as a physio, of course, when I had the same idea with growing up. I had the capacity to grow 26 centimeters in 1 year.
Yeah.
So, of course, my body hurt afterwards. And from then on, I started to doubt my body. Or when there were signals, symptoms in my body, I thought there was something wrong. So it had to be fixed.
Yeah.
I had to do something with it or about it, because when you start to dive into physiotherapy, you notice that there are also, in a scientific way, for every physical symptom, there's a reason. There's a reason.
Yeah.
So when you know what's causing it, there also must be a solution. And so really, I made my profession about helping people with their physical symptoms.
Yeah.
And thank you for using that sentence, because it gave it still, I feel really excited about what you shared and the thing that I am experiencing now, because it's a part of my puzzle.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, it's not about always sharing what you are experiencing, but it's about acknowledging, just letting your body know that it's there and it's okay.
Yeah. And acknowledge it yourself as well. Then you don't have to have the recognition from those around you. I mean, if you acknowledge it yourself, then you are very empowered. And you react in function of what you are feeling.
Yeah. And the acknowledgement also is a softening of your core. That's what I experience. Like literally when I say, okay, for example, my knee hurts and it's okay. My knee is telling me something. My body is showing me something, and that's completely okay.
And thank you, body, for showing it as well. Because we have this beautiful, beautiful avatar that is putting signals through on a daily basis from morning to evening. So we can do something with that as well.
Yeah, of course. And to my own experience, that's why I said it softens me. Before, when I was not aware or I could not observe it, it created tension.
Yeah.
Because I started to
worry.
Of course, to think about, okay, why is my knee hurting? Okay, what did I do wrong? What do I have to do? How do I have to take care of my knee?
Even more tension, even more signals, even more pain.
Of course, yeah. And then emotions like frustration and anger and all those things, and they come just from that fraction, that choice, that responsibility that you take up or leave. And if you leave it, that's my experience, you think there's something wrong. It's something outside of yourself that you do not have power of.
Yeah. It's interesting because I see that a lot when I work with clients on trauma. Sometimes it leads to intense bodily sensations that people are not used to. And I stay really with them in those moments. And sometimes it happens that I see a client's eyes open up and saying, what's happening? What is this? What is this? And the reason why they never panic is because I simply acknowledge, say, it's okay. Stay with it. Just stay with it. And I think I have a lot of clients who tell me that they had a very frightening experience with doctors, for instance. And because they get really scared of what they're feeling, and doctors are triggered by that, they panic as well, then it goes wrong. It's not the pain itself that is difficult to carry or the sensation itself that is scary. It's the reaction of others to that sensation that makes people panic. Yeah. But just staying with it and observing it, the tension and the fear goes down. and they actually feel pain without the drama. Yeah.
And you use this example as an experience with a doctor, but actually it's with everybody else.
Yeah.
It's with a parent or with a child or with a partner or with any kind of person around you.
Yeah. Yeah. When there's fear and instead of acknowledgement, it leads to more fear, more tension, more bodily sensations, and less healing as well. I think, it's normal because we get triggered by what we see. But if in those moments we can really, really accept and stay focused on what we are feeling, the tension always goes down, always, or the bodily sensation transforms very quickly. Sometimes people feel a lot of energy rushing through their veins when we do a trauma release, for instance, and that's new. People are not used to it, so there's a lot of, reaction to that. But not explaining makes them calm down really quickly. It's when you start to explain, or the mental part then comes into the space. Not doing that makes it transform itself. Yeah. Yeah.
And here we're building the bridge to the polyvagal.
That's a very nice bridge.
The signs of safety.
The science of safety, indeed. Polyvagal is a science that really made a huge difference for myself. It has a big impact on my work, in a sense that there was a lot of pieces of the puzzle that fell in place. Why? Because, I've had a lot of physical, emotional, and mental issues in the past. But that polyvagal theory focuses on the energetic body. It basically says that in order for us to be safe, our energetic system, our autonomous nervous system, needs to be in a ventral state. In a ventral state needs to be in a green state, because then our breathing is regulated, then the tension of our muscles becomes soft, then our fascia, which is surrounding the muscles, becomes, more flexible. Our digestion changes in an optimal way. It has so many, it has an impact on so many automatic functions of who we are that it is really too important to ignore. Now, there's a lot of criticism to that theory as well. Obviously, everything that works will have a lot of criticism. But for me, having a client coming in with a bad experience of therapy in the past, if I would not apply techniques learned from the polyvagal theory, that session would be useless. Yeah, because we need to first make sure that the person feels safe in this space with me in order for any healing to take place. Yeah? The body cannot heal if it is in a fight or flight mode. It cannot heal because it is busy looking for a way out so they can run as soon as they can. That's a biological system that we cannot overrule.
The state of survival.
Yeah.
And then the ventral state, the ventral vagus, when it's activated, the feeling of safety also generates the homeostasis.
Yeah.
The physical capacity of our body to regulate.
Yeah, to be in balance again. It does. And it's when people, learn about it, because I do talk about polyvagal theory as a theory as well. But when they learn what it is really, they grow really fast. And they find it really normal, as much as they've never heard of it. Because obviously, if you are in a state where you need to run, then you're really not gonna observe your body. Then you want to make sure that you have all the capacity to get the energy in your legs as fast as you can to get out of that place. And it's, it's human nature. We cannot change it.
And it's amazing.
And it's
that it's completely built in our DNA, in our system, that we have it, that we have the capacity to survive any experience, actually.
For me, it's a miracle. I mean, seriously, we have so many different functions in our body, and knowing that all these functions are regulated by one system that determines whether we can be safe and relaxed, or whether we need to run, or whether we need to fight, that's amazing. I mean, the person who thought of that had a lot of love for the human beings. And so when we work with safety, a lot of clients tell me, I didn't know I could do this. I thought I could not relax, for instance. And I am in this area for 2 minutes and I feel different already. And the good thing is that everybody can learn about the polyvagal theory.
Of course.
You know, it's a complex theory in itself, but, you know, applying it is so easy. It's so easy because you understand that you have, 3 basic states that your body can go into.
Yeah, we had the ventral vagal, the safety, the green light.
The green light, I always call it, yeah.
For me, it's the happy kid mode.
The happy kid mode.
That's the one that resonates the most for me because I am playful, I am relaxed, and especially I'm very curious.
Yeah.
And for me, curiosity resonates a lot with observing.
Yeah.
Curiosity means, okay, I see something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the happy kid indeed.
Yeah.
That's a good way of describing it. Yeah.
That's how it resonates for me. Yeah. So we have the ventral vagal, the safety, green. Yeah. Then we have yellow, orange.
Yeah, it's the sympathetic state. So where we actually, and the parasympathetic is the down state. So it's the same level. It's where you actually go up and come down again. Yeah. So if you're running, for instance, the moment before you start a running competition, that's the sympathetic state. You are active. It doesn't have to be negative. But if you're in that state constantly, it might get a bit stressed out. And then the state where you actually need to really relax again is a dorsal state, the third state, the red state. It's where you actually need to come down from what you were doing before. Yeah. So it means that you are relaxing a lot, but it also means if you're in that state for a long time, you're probably going to end up a little bit depressed or not active enough to be empowered in life. Let's call it like that. It's also a desperate state. It's good when you've been up all the time to go down to that level again where you can relax. But if you stay in that, then a lot of people stay in that, then it's very hard to deal with society, I would say. Yeah.
A lot of people lack the awareness for themselves to generate room to let their system come back to the ventral vagal state, to allow their body to take care of them by restoring balance via homeostasis. Yeah.
Or they don't know how to, or it sometimes happens that the autonomous nervous system, the vagus nerve doesn't allow it. Because when that vagus nerve has been so hyped up for so long, for many years, it is impossible for that vagus to come down out of itself. So it requires a little bit of technique to come down again. And a lot of people tell me this, and I know where they're coming from. You know, I want to be relaxed, but there's no way I can be relaxed. You know, I lie in bed, I meditate for an hour, and I'm still hyped up. What's happening? And often that's because that nerve has been in such a sympathetic state for so long that it just requires a little bit of pressure. I'm pushing here because that's where the vagus nerve can be...
Where is here for the people that are listening?
It's a little bit different for everybody, but I usually say that you go from the diaphragm, you push down, and you take some really strong pressure, you push down, and when it's in a state that it's sympathetic or aroused, I would say, then you feel a bump, and you feel a little bit of tension. So it forms the letter S. So it goes up a little bit and then down a little bit. So you will feel it. And if it's really strong, then you will get a little bit nauseous if you push it down. So if you go from the diaphragm down and you get nauseous, then on the area where you feel the nauseousness, just push down for about 2 minutes until you feel that your stomach opens up a little bit. Yeah. Now, if you've been strained for a long time, the stomach will not open up for the first time. You will have to repeat it a couple of times. Yeah.
21 days, I think.
That's a good one. That's a good one to do. Yeah.
21 days for 2 minutes. Yeah. And how much pressure?
Yeah.
Is the right pressure? Because it's a question that a lot of people ask me back. Like, I don't know if I'm pushing hard enough or too hard or.
It requires strong pressure, but don't hurt yourself. If you are hurt, if you're in pain, just take the pressure off a bit. Yeah? If you don't feel anything, but you cannot sleep and you have a lot of stress in your body, then push harder because it's definitely there. Yeah.
So make sure there's some discomfort that you notice.
Exactly.
That it's not comfortable, but it should not be painful either.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the right pressure for sure.
Yes. Good. That's an exercise for you guys.
Yeah.
last but not least, we've covered the polyvagal. We talked about signs of safety, of somatic signals. Mm-hmm. How are you translating those things in the book, Anja?
How am I translating it in the book? Well, I talk about the theory itself because it's for me too important to not mention in the book for sure. And I include exercises, somatic exercises, almost after each chapter. There's some chapters that are more about journaling and so on, but I invite people to observe and to write down what they are feeling, and also to do some exercises, and I explain them gradually. So there's a step 1, a step 2, a step 3. What I would definitely do if the book is published and people read it, is to pause after each section. So to not just go ahead with the second section, but to take some time to apply what is actually being indicated there, or what I invite the audience to do. Yeah, that's it. It's an invitation.
Yeah, it's the same invitation as we have here with the podcast. So we're at the end of this episode. So to the listeners also, take a few minutes. Maybe close your eyes, go out in nature, sit down, relax, and just observe whatever is there, whatever you are feeling, without trying to explain, trying to understand.
Welcome it. Just welcome it. That's it. Body needs that.
Welcome yourself.
Exactly.
A little bit more.
That's a good one.
Perfect, Anja.
Thank you.
Anything more to add now?
No, I think we're good. I just want to invite the listeners to close their eyes now and focus on what's happening in their hands. Just for a couple of minutes, just observe. Are your hands cold? Are they warm? You may experience some tingling. They may feel soft. All is good. And take a couple of minutes to deepen that experience, to feel deeper what is happening in the individual fingers. How do the muscles of your hand feel? Is there a difference between left hand or right hand? And what about your skin? Do you feel like your hands worked a lot this week? Do they feel tired, or are they soft and bubbly? And thank yourself and your hands for taking those 2 minutes for going into this exercise. And let's round up with that one. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Anja.
Thank you for joining us on the path of awareness. Pay attention, open up, and remind yourself that awareness is not a destination. It's a way of life. See you in the next episode.